A borrowed car causes a clash between cousins.
He traded my car, Your Honor, for drugs.
Diane Darrow is suing her cousin, Jerry Schmaley, for $3,000 because she claims he secretly stole her car and traded it for drugs. She is here to make her cousin pay.
Tell me what happened.
We had a couple of drinks. I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning. He was gone. I thought, no big deal. And my keys were not there. My car was gone, but Jerry's truck was still in the parking lot. I called his girlfriend at the time. She told me that she had an idea where he was, that when he would disappear, he would go to a certain area. She came over and picked me up. First, we went back by the hotel room. Jerry's truck was now gone. So I knew something was definitely wrong.
Were you all there at the hotel that night together?
Yes, we were.
Now, did you at any time have Miss Darrow's car?
Yes, I did. She gave me permission to use her car to go to a friend's house.
No, Your Honor, I did not.
And you're saying you never gave him permission?
No.
Why didn't you take your own car?
Because hers was easier to drive. It was an automatic. The car blew up. The motor was bad.
He's lying.
The car blew up?
Yeah, the car was locked up.
He traded my car, Your Honor, for drugs.
How do you know that he traded the car for drugs? That's what I'm trying to understand about this case.
Jerry's had a problem with drugs in the past, trying to get his life straight, and obviously...
But the fact that he's had some past history in and of itself wouldn't say that he traded this car for drugs. What made you think that he traded the car for drugs that day?
Because somehow he drove my car over there, he gave my ignition key to someone else, and somehow got back to the hotel room and was able to bring his truck down there. And when I saw the truck, Jerry was not in his vehicle. It was a young man about 14 years old. And then Lori and I got in the car. We went down to the police station. They didn't have an officer that could come out and help us at that time. So as we are driving out of the police station, not knowing what we are gonna do, his truck flies past us. So Lori proceeded to follow it. We drove blocks at high speed, chasing this truck. And when it did finally stop, a young 14-year-old black male jumped out of that truck and ran. There was people everywhere in the streets. At this point, I was so mad, I just yelled out, "Has anybody seen the white man that owns this vehicle?" And one black man stood up and he said, "I know where he is." And I said, "You do?" And he said, "Yeah, how much money you got?" I said, "I'll give you $20 if you can go find him for me." He ran down the street, made a right turn. About 5-10 minutes later, sure enough, here come Jerry around the corner. And I yelled out to him, "Do you have my keys?" He dangled them in my face like this as he was walking the streets.
Is this true, Jerry?
No, it's not true, Your Honor.
Yes, it is.
No, not even close.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
imagine
He
how
was so high, I don't think he even remembered any
Your
of
Honor,
it.
when I left the
really
hotel
don't.
room,
Do you remember
she
me
was
trying to
on
hit
drugs.
you? No, I was not. I had drank 2 beers that you had brought to my room.
I was
Yes,
curious
it
about
is.
that.
Yes.
Why were you in a hotel and not at your
Because she didn't
house?
want to go home.
At the time, I had been seeing a married man, and I had rented the room prior to me going to work.
What's your side of the story? Tell me what
My
happened.
side of the story is we went to a hotel room, which she already had. She was on drugs, she was high, and she was also
lying,
drinking.
Your Honor.
She let me use her car to go to a friend's house.
Right.
When the car blew up on me, I didn't return. Everything blew up from that
Why
point
would
on.
I let you use my car when you had your truck?
Because
Why?
my truck was a stick,
Had nothing to do with it.
and
What's
yours had
the
got
difference?
better gas mileage.
I'm still having to understand why it was necessary. I mean, you drive a stick every other time, don't you, if you're in your truck?
Yes.
What difference does it make if you don't drive a
Because
stick
I had been
that
drinking
day?
and my truck was pretty flashy, and it was her car was less inconspicuous.
So less inconspicuous to do what?
To drive while drinking, actually, Your Honor.
To drive while drinking. Do you not take any responsibility for the fact that the car is damaged and sitting out in the street?
Yes,
because you
I
did
had
take the
possession
car.
of the car when the
whether
car
you
blew up.
borrowed it or whether you stole it, you had possession of the car. Why didn't you assume some responsibility to get the car working
I
again
agreed with
to
her.
return to her?
I agreed with her to pay for the damage.
So how much did you agree to pay?
I think it was like $3,000, something like that.
$3,000 damage to the car. Then why haven't you paid it?
I didn't have the money, Your Honor.
Now, where's the car now?
It got repossessed.
Because of what?
I couldn't afford to get it fixed because I was trying to make the payments.
All right, aside from the money, I'm going to deal with the money. Let me tell you, first of all, you're out here driving and drinking, whether it's a conspicuous car or not. You had no business being behind the wheel driving. But because he had agreed to pay you the money for the repair of this, it should have been done before now. I am going to enter judgment in favor of the plaintiff of the $3,000. But you all need to work out whatever's going on between you all because you are family members, and I would hope that this money problem would not cause you all to have friction in the future. Judgment in favor of the plaintiff for $3,000. Court will stand
Thank you, Your
adjourned.
Honor.